Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and knowledge, welcome to an experience that will take you on a captivating journey beyond our world. Today we have a special treat for you as we sit down with the renowned Andromedan contactee, Alex Collier. Prepare yourself for a rapid-fire question and answer session that delves into the depths of cosmic wisdom and unveils the mysteries of the universe. As always, please remember to like this video and share it with your friends and family. That way, it gets seen by more truth seekers. Also, remember Alex hosts a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to visit the link in the description for more information. But for now, here are today's rapid-fire questions and answers.
I've had the strange feeling that everyone who did not mature to the required degree up to now has been frozen at some point in the mental state they were in, so we cannot reach their hearts and minds anymore. They refuse to listen to anything but the programmed version of reality. Although they are not stupid, only the awakened seem to be able to move, the rest are stuck. Can you confirm this impression? Do you think it will change again?
Well, Irene, welcome to the family. I don't share that sentiment. That is not my observation at all. I'll tell you where the biggest change is occurring and still is occurring. It may not be in older folks, but I see it changing with the young people. With the friends of my children. And I talk to other neighbors around me, and none of them know I do this work. And if they do, they've never said anything to me, which is why I don't speak in Colorado. But they're talking about it well, how their children and their friends are suddenly very much aware of everything that's going on, and they're very upset about it. They feel like they've been lied to. So it could be that there's just been a pause in those folks around you, but then suddenly, we're going to see a big surge of people waking up. And you have to remember that this is the thing that the deep state, the cabal, the regressive aliens were fearful of. It's just this reawakening of consciousness and the intent to be sovereign beings. That's why they created this structure around us to keep us in this cage. Well, we're out of the cage, and we're not going back in the cage, no matter what they think they can do. So I would remain open and optimistic that things are moving along. We may not just see it; we're definitely not hearing about it. But just remember what the media tells you, what the White House tells you. Just believe the opposite. Just believe the opposite.
I've been a healer for 32 years. On many occasions, I have been instructed to remove devices from people. It's absolutely extraordinary what happens when separation is dissolved, but I am never quite certain where the devices originate from. Could you help shine a light in this? Very much love to you, Alora.
Thank you, Alora. I'm not quite sure which technology you're talking about, but let's presume, we're talking about seals and attachments, and other technology, physical technology that's been implanted in humans. Some of that can also be spiritual blocks, dark magic seals, things of that nature. And I commend you for that kind of work. That's really tough work. And I can only imagine how physically draining that must be on you. The work should start to be getting easier because as the frequencies continue to rise and their DNA begins to vibrate and their chakras and their auric field begin to vibrate at much higher frequencies and expands, those technologies which were built to remain in third density will begin to disintegrate and dissolve. And as the body becomes light, that material will literally fall out of the body onto the ground. It will not remain in the body because the body will become less and less dense and less physical as it becomes light. Those objects will just leave the body. They will fall to the ground or completely dissolve. That is the process. That's always been the process. In situations like this where the universe has dealt with this dark contrast. So in the end, everybody will be clean. They will be clean, literally clean. All that they will have left are their own self-judgments. And their own decisions to withhold love. That's what they're going to be left with. All of us will, in fact. So they'll be okay. They will be okay. Everybody will be okay. Even the bricks, they will be okay. You know, they'll go to Source. They'll get that very special self-realization pina colada. They'll drink it and be like, oh my God, what happened to me? Where was I? You know, what was that all about? The amnesia will be gone, you know, and they'll reflect, figure it out, and then decide what they want to do next for their next adventure.
When the A's send information to the Earth via crop circles, have they told you what kind of information they're sending her, and does she reply? If so, what does our beautiful planet have to say? Thank you.
Jane, that's a wonderful question. I did share this information years ago. I know there are people saying that the Arcturians and the Pleiadians are sending the crop circles now. That field is very limited. There are many races that are communicating with the planet. And what they're doing is they're updating the planet as to the change of frequencies, what's going on with our particular sun, the central sun of our galaxy, the frequencies emanating out of the black holes, and their movement and commitment to the evolution and evolvement of all life on the surface and under the surface of the planet. So you can look at the information in the crop circles. Now we just see what's on the surface. we don't actually get the frequency codings and messages that are in those messages in the crop circles itself. The Earth, however, does get that. And you could truly look at the crop circles as situational briefings, where she is being updated as to everything that's going on in specific parts of the planet. What her response is, that has never been shared with me. So I cannot address that. That's a good question. Thank you. I appreciate you asking that, Jane.
Do you have any knowledge of Earth's second moon? Cruitne, discovered in 1997. It's said to be in an orbit of approximately 800 years. Is this a natural moon or another craft? Cruitne. Cruitne?
Yeah, Cruitne. It's not a normal moon. No, almost none of them are. Let's just say that it can change its orbit if it wants to. It brought refugees here from the dog star. And those beings have become part of our civilization. And they are human, but just from a different star system. They are now fully integrated in our population. And they came here to escape a war that was going on between Sirius A, B, and C. An internal conflict. And that's enough for now. That's enough for now. That's another great question. God, guys, I love you. I just love the Q&As.
So much info about the rising islands from the oceans. Wouldn't that create some sort of catastrophic events on areas near the water? Do you know when that will happen? And is it true the Pacific Ocean will be up to Arizona and Nevada? I saw some map about it.
Those were probable events. At this particular time, I'm not exactly sure what all's going to happen and what isn't going to happen. And the reason I say that is because of the rise of consciousness on the planet. We don't know that these events are going to occur now. We simply don't know. Because we've had multiple timelines merged into the one since 2012. The awareness and consciousness of people is rising. There is a tremendous amount of alliance intervention occurring to remove dark, regressive, and abhorrent entities from our planet. So none of these things technically have to occur. Now, will they naturally occur? That's an excellent question. And I simply do not know. And if they are, what that timeline is. There is not the need for a catastrophic loss of life. There simply isn't anymore. It could be that we were fed some of that stuff because a specific group of beings wanted to kill off humanity, a large portion of humanity. They're no longer in control. So this is not a for sure outcome. At this particular time, I myself simply do not know if any of those need to occur at all. It may very well be that some of those things were projections to have us create these scenarios so that the killing of large portions of the population could be declared an act of God, so that the deep state, the global cabal, could wash their hands of it and say, well, we didn't do it. God did it. Do you follow what I'm saying? I don't get those things are going to occur. I simply don't. Not in the way that they were projected 20, 25, 30 years ago. A lot of things have changed since then. There's a hell of a lot more of light on the planet, even though it doesn't look like it. If you remove the media's bullshit from this scenario, there's a lot of really positive things going on. You just don't hear about it. All you hear is the bullshit. So, when I look at the world, I take anything the media says and I throw it away. And what's left is light.
Thorhan said that approximately a third of the population on Earth are starseeds. If I have not experienced telepathy or special off-world abilities, but I have seen a fairy and a ball of light, is that an indication of being a starseed, or is this an experience Terrans can have, and does it indicate a rising frequency? And I just want to add a little bit, Alex. Elena has added, Torhan was talking about the starseeds involved in the program, not about the soul origins of everyone else.
Okay. Well done, you, Elena, because that's exactly where I was going. So I'm not going to specifically address the starseed question. Because, I guess technically you could say every single soul on this planet is a starseed. Because not a single soul was created on this planet. When you look at the structure of our universe and our spiritual dimensions, the highest ones were created first, with the exception of the 12. So 11 on down, it was 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And the further we got away from source, the more dense the physicality became. So, you as a soul, me as a soul, we were created somewhere up above third density, or even fourth or fifth. So you're all starseeds. None of your souls were born and hatched on Earth, which means somewhere in you, you have memory, ancient memory of other lifetimes in other dimensions. The Blue Brain Project proves this to be a fact. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of the Blue Brain Project, it was a study done in Switzerland where they were able to combine 3 different pieces of technology, and they called it brain topology. And what they were able to do was completely map the brain. And what it showed was that we all had multidimensional structures in our brains. Multidimensional structures. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, all the way to 11. And they were turned on. They are on inside of us, sending messages, communicating with other dimensions. So the portion of you that you're aware of here is probably the smallest slice of who you are. Sit with that for a little while. So you all have some homework for those of you who are hearing about this for the first time, the Blue Brain Project. There is far more to you than you've been told. That shouldn't come as a shock. Okay? And we are all on this journey together to remember not only who we are, but our point of origin. So it's exciting. It's exciting and it's fun. And we're getting a lot of assistance in this process. So technically, we're all starseeds.
I fired up my Scalar machine last week, and I'm fascinated by scalar energy. I've been wondering if certain structures, like the border wall and the Trump towers, could be scalar energy transmitters or receivers. What do you think? Much love from Lisa B.
Hey, Lisa, there's a video that was done on both sides of the border showing that the actual wall does create a resonance, 432 hertz. Now, what's also interesting is that the temple in Chichen Itza, if you stand in a very specific place and you clap your hands, it echoes and it creates a resonance, 432 hertz. I have not heard that about the Twin Towers or the Trump Tower. I haven't heard that. That's new. But there are probably other structures around the world where this is in fact the case, and it's just not being advertised. Because this, of course, would be something that the dark side would want to suppress. Because 432 hertz is a frequency of love, of joy. And they have done everything possible to make sure to kill joy in our lives because they're just scumbags. They're just, oh, God. So if you can find that video, maybe somebody can post it, on Facebook or Knights of Terra or wherever you are. Get into the chat and tell people to send you a link. I know people have that somewhere. With just the border wall, does in fact, the new border wall that Trump built has that frequency. I'm sure that's why the Dems didn't want to finish it, because then it would have been complete and it would have been working full time.
You once told what happens when we die. Once you are in front of the tunnel of light, what would you choose? Do those who commit suicide have the same options? And can suicide be an option to break a soul contract, if we really have one?
Wow. Victor, that's a really, really interesting and profound question. Does suicide break a soul contract? That is a remarkable question. And I do not have an answer for you. Are you given the choice to, well, you're not, anyone crossing over now does not go to a place and then they're recycled back here. That's done. That's over. But there are people in the spiritual community who say that you can terminate your soul contracts without committing suicide. That there is a process to which you can do this. And there's probably some people here in this chat that can direct you to people who know how to do that. I would never suggest suicide, though I myself have contemplated it. I would never ever suggest it. But if your reason for doing such a thing is to cancel your soul contracts or whatever contracts you believe you have, I would pursue a different avenue, and that is maybe working with someone who knows how to cancel those contracts, karmic contracts, without you having to terminate your own existence in this physical form. You really should stick around for the end of the show. You really should. I know it's probably very difficult. But you really should try to stick around for the end here. It's going to be spectacular in a good way.
There you have it, fellow truth seekers. An enlightening and exhilarating rapid-fire question and answer session with the remarkable Alex Collier, sharing his profound encounters with the benevolent Andromedan extraterrestrial beings. As we continue our cosmic journey, let us embrace the wisdom of the Andromedans and carry their message of love, unity, and compassion with us. Together, we can create a world where humanity stands united, ready to embrace the wonders that await us in the vast expanse of the universe. If you found this rapid-fire question and answer session fascinating, hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more captivating content like this. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. Until next time, may the stars guide you on your path of enlightenment and exploration. And remember to always seek knowledge and stay curious. If you want to get the latest information from Alex Collier, we host a live webinar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information and dates of upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org. Please click on one of the above videos to seek more of Alex Collier's knowledge.